Hello! Today our lesson is going to be on page 139 of your practice book. Please turn to page 139 now. Once you've gotten there, you can press play to continue the video. Yesterday we talked all about multiplying and all about dividing with remainders, and today we are going to be looking at some patterns that we see in multiplication and division. If you look at the top of your page, you can see that on the left side we're multiplying and on the right side we're dividing. Let's look at this first box first. As I'm multiplying and adding zeros, I'm adding zeros on each side of my equal sign. 4 times 100 is 400. 4 times 1,000 is 4,000. Using our zeros trick, we've practiced that last time. Let's look at the division side now. I'm talking about 4 times 4 equals 1. Now, as I'm adding zeros on my division side, I'm also adding zeros on my equal side. So 40 divided by 4 is 10. 400 divided by 4 is 100. And 4,000 with 3 zeros divided by 4 is 1,000. Let's look at the example 7 times 5 and 35 divided by 7. 35 divided by 7 is 5. As I add zeros to my division side, I'm also adding zeros to my equals side. 350 divided by 7 is 50. 3,500 divided by 7 is 500. Do you see the pattern there? Today, we are going to use this pattern to help us solve some division problems. Looking down at numbers 15, I see a 0 in my answer here. If I were to take away the 0 just for now, what would 4 times what be 32? Well, let's count up by 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. I've got 8. Now remember, I took away a 0, so I'm going to add that 0 back in. 320 divided by 4 is 80. Let's look at number 16. There's that 0 again. Let's take away that 0. 6 times what is 42? 6 times 7 is 42. Add my 0 back in. 70 is my answer. We can use our tens trick in multiplication in the same way with division. Let's look at number 17 together. I don't see any zeros there. Let's see if I can still solve it. 7 times what is 49? I don't have any zeros, so I'm just going to put 7. Because I didn't take away a 0 here, I don't need to add a 0. 49 divided by 7 is 7. I would like you to try number 18, 19, and 20 now. Once you've given them a try, press play on this video to see how you did. Now that you've given 18, 19, and 20 a try, let's see how you did. The first question says 1,800 divided by 3. I'm going to take away my zeros. 3 times what is 18? Well, I know that 3 times 6 is 18. I took away 2 zeros, so I'm adding in my 2 zeros. Let's look at number 19. 5 times 4,500 divided by 5. You should have taken away your 2 zeros. 5 times 9 is 45. Add my zeros back in. 900. Let's see how you did on 20. Take away the 2 zeros. 9 times 4 is 36. Add your zeros back in. Now, using our zeros trick can be pretty fun. Let's see if we can transfer that to a problem that's a little more difficult. Turn in your practice book to page 140. Let's look what they did here in this first example. It looks like I'm dividing 2,106 divided by 7. Look, they turned that 6 into a 0 so that they could solve 7 goes into 21 3 times, adding my 0 back in, and then they put the extra 6 as a remainder. Let's see if we can do that for 24. This one's a little harder. What if I just did the 6? 8 doesn't go into 6. I wonder if I could make that just a little bit bigger. What about 64? Does 8 go into 64? Oh, well, 8 times 8 is 64. So I'm going to put 64 here and add my 0. I'm going to put that 0 up top now. Now I can subtract whatever I took away or have left over. That's going to be my 3. Remainder 3. Let's look at another one together. 275 divided by 9. Let's get rid of the ones and give myself a 0 here. What if I made 275 270? Well, I know that if I take away this 0, 9 goes into 27 3 times, or 9 times 3 equals 27. So I took away a 0, so I'm going to add that 0 back in. But remember, our problem wasn't 270, it was 275. So I want that 5 to become my remainder. That's how many I have left over. Let's try number 26. This one's a little bit bigger, but this extra 1 I can change into a 0 to make 1,601 1,600. Now I have some zeros to work with. 2 goes into 16 8 times. Remember, I took away 2 zeros, so I'm adding those zeros back in. Then I still have to remember that I had 1 left over, and that's going to be my remainder. Try your hand at numbers 27 and 28. Once you've given them a go, check back and see how you did. Now that you looked at 27 and 28, let's see how you did. You should have changed 1,802 into 1,800. Take away the 2 zeros. 3 goes into 18 6 times. Add my zeros back in. Hopefully you didn't forget about this little 2. That 2 is going to be your remainder. Give yourself a star if you got 600, remainder 2. Now let's look at 28. You should have turned 2,803 into 2,800. I know that 4 goes into 28 7 times. Then I'm adding my 2 zeros because I had taken them away. And I'm subtracting to get my remainder of 3. Using multiplication and our zeros trick can help us when our numbers are close to tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, and so on. Hopefully this trick can help you work through your practice today.